the way that they make the person, like I mentioned about the cylinder on last two break. I would like to continue that information to you about the cylinder today. So the one of the kind of cylinder also is a kind of suspicions, being suspicious or be suspicious of something. For example, the person do not know about the other person and he says something, and the listener, he take it as a truth. He said, oh yeah, probably it is right. But this is called it in a guess, just as a guess. He is really he did it. Yes, he was like that. The person who is the listen from the cylinder. But on this person also has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Almighty God, tell him to not sin about it, do not think about it, because the cylinder is always, it says, he is in a curse by Allah, but you should not also not be involved and stay away from it. It's called guesses, but in Arabic word is zan, and that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one verse of Quran in I think in Surah Al-Hujarat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it, I think verse number 12. Number 12, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that is say, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu ijtanibu kasiran min az-zanni inna ba'da az-zanni isman wa la tajassasu wa la yaghtabu ba'dakum ba'da. So this is a part of the ayat, but the translation in English is to, oh who you believe, refuse or reject most of the suspicious sins. Zan means suspicions, and then you have to stay away. Some suspicions or sin, indeed, and do not spy also. Wala tajassasu, wala yaghtab. Also is yaghtab, also backbiting. It's also the same. And not spy, and do not some of you backbiting to another. So this is one of the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. On the command of the Quran is also, as you know, that if you read all the Quran, about third of them is entirely is about the do and do not. One of the ayat of it, this one is do not. Also, another verse also in Quran, in the verse is this saying, وَلَا تَقَفْ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ. وَلَا تَقَفْ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٍ. Don't follow the things when you have no knowledge about it. So the person is starting talking something behind, backbiting against somebody else, and this person has more responsible, according to this ayat, he has to be not agree with it. He has to say, because you don't have information that really that person is like this. Did you talk with him? Did you mention it? But only by one name that you know, or by you saw him in somewhere in the market or some business or something, not really don't know him, do not any associate with him, and then right away you make suspicious. That suspicion is sin. That's Allah said. And also because you don't have knowledge about them. And also the another verse also was that is saying was zanantum zanna sawa wa kuntum qawman bura. These kind of suspicious to each person, there is no more iman on it, no more beliefs on it. This kind of character, they dissolve the faith of mu'minin, of Muslimin, because there is no more trust. They take out the trust entirely. Why? Because of the people has a habit to slander or to backbiting or those things. Also another things, the character, any character impute the false spoken to make someone denigrate or attack which is the most bad. So this is the damages that is difference between slander and accusation, also in backbiting, or these are things all call it accusation. Someone that the accuse cannot tell in front of the person. That's the main thing. Is if there's someone want to say something against somebody, the lawyer, the person who's saying lie or bringing some kind of wrong, false information, he is not able to tell in front of them. So this is the most that for this listener that make the person lower. So this is also has a sin by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also another thing that is Allah mentioned it to be right, to be justice, to not do those kind of bad spoken against anybody, mostly about the one who call it I'm a mu'min or I'm a Muslim. Should not do it at all, because the person when he is you are Muslim, you are mu'min, your brother, because Allah mentioned it in the Quran that the innamal mu'minuna ikhwatun. So all that is your brother. How come you are against your brother? You make down or ruin your or his faith or Islamic faith. That is this important is that one for the all. So someone purposely blame somebody and want to make a bad look into the heart of everybody. When say somebody he is backbiting against somebody, the listener feel, oh, I will not have any more trust on the other person, because he received a lot of slander against him. But still he is responsible to find out. He find out it is correct or not. If it is not correct, he is in the second degree of the slanderer, because he didn't know him. He don't know him. He don't want to go back again to ask him, is it true that you have such a kind of these things or not? This is the brother has to do that. Muslim to the Muslim, or Mu'min to Muslim Mu'min. Mu'minin has to do that one. If it's some Mu'min receives some backbiting from somebody else, when he get it, he has to go first and he has to ask him, brother, I have something accusation against you. Is it right or wrong? So other than that, if you are feeling in your put them in your heart, and Satan is there, and then he become that your brother become against you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that is, if the verse I don't remember, to anybody has do something to make somebody bad face of all the nation of the people, Allah said has the love which Allah has to the mu'minin, and then He remove it. He don't want to be any more love anymore. So this is also these kind of recommendation always by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He put the rule on it, how to do, how to not do. And if someone is still doing, they have some kind of interest for it, but they don't think that has a sin on it. Also, however, we talk all about the slander against the human being, against each other, but there is also there was maybe today also about the people. There is some people against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bring some kind of doubt, and we're talking about the Allah, which is not this, that, this. They are the greatest torture Allah will give him. For example, during the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the people asked him to that this book, maybe your party wrote it, you are as a man writing, it is not from Allah. And that was it was a big happen all about the people was rumoring, oh, this is not. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the verse of Quran, which is in the slander is even the people did against the Quran, against Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that verse was that like says, am yaquluna iftara, people doing that slander. And then qul, tell them the people, fa'atu bi'ashri surin mislihi fa muftariyatin wad'u man istata'tum min dunillahi in kuntum sadiqin. In it, when they say slanderer, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, tell him to that is, if you are right or the side of somebody else, and then somebody Allah's side, not accepted, but you are people to make a slander against this book, you have to bring 10 surah like him, if you can. If it's a man can do that, if you are the people that think that is from man, why you are not make it like this? Bring it like that. So also the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will the highest torturing for these kind of people would be. Because in the Surah Al-Mursalat, if you read it in Quran, that about 7-8 times Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it, wailun yawma izin lil mukazzibin. Wow, that how the on that day to the rejecter, to the rejection, to the slanderer. Wailun yawma izin lil mukazzibin. Wailun yawma izin lil mukazzibin. So these are the story. I mean, the program was today about it. And just also my time is over now, and I hope that you get some good information. But at last I would like to mention it: do not lie, because the lie is the way of hypocrisy. Hypocrisy, the one of them is three things. Hypocrite has it. One of them is lie. Even though the last week was about the program about the amanat, but also this week was about the